On TFR.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Thank God it's Friday.
Happy Friday, my friend.
It's Friday, my dudes.
And a TGIF to you all. Have a happy Friday. It is the Ironworx right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive. Well, actually, not even TFRlive.com.
No, don't lie to them people. You're lying to them, John.
I'm lying. I'm a lying sack. Yeah, we are not on TFR this morning. Just because. Full stop. Just because. We were running late. And we figured they'd already started the replay. So we decided, F it. Just a full.
We don't mind letting them have it today. Liz said they're playing a Tuesday episode, so there you go. They're a bit confused over there as well. See, Liz, it's not just us.
Yeah, it's been a wonky morning all around. Came in the studio and one of my drives wasn't being read, so I've got files I can't access. Why I had to change the picture on the stream because the location for the other picture apparently was on the E drive, which is no longer accessible. So I need to give her a restart after the show and see if that does it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zach was here. We were joined by Zach at one point.
Oh, did he leave?
Apparently, he seems to have left.
I know he didn't have internet, he said. Apparently, well, I don't know. He just said they didn't have any internet. And I said, yeah, I thought I wasn't because I woke up to blinking clocks of thunder and lightning. But the worst part has passed now. So, yeah, we're here. We're here. Good morning, Liz. It's good to see you as well. I see you, Ian. If it shakes in the house, Ian. Oh, I said, Ian, Lord, I'm
right.
Delirious. Jeremy just popped in. I see Daz. That's who I was trying to go say hey to. Who else is here? Zombie Snoop's here as well. Yes, we did get up. Zombie. Ben Flat. What's up, Benito? Brian Evans. What's up, Brian? All right, that's all I see for now. So if anybody else pops in, I may say hey to you. Decided today, no typing. No typing today. Well, I'm kidding. I'll be in chat in a minute. Jason Jones is here. What's up? Shiva Shampoo. Hello, gentlemen. I watch whatever in chat. Well, we appreciate you being in chat for this rare non-TFR appearance of Friday morning type situation.
Good to see you, Shiva Shampoo.
Yep.
We actually got an email this morning, like at 3:30 this morning, from Kathy, I believe, complimenting us on our show with PTSD Joe.
Oh, nice.
And then sent us some links to, I think it was a video that Mac had done because she had made reference to a Canadian flat earther that owned a yoga studio named Mac. I figure that sort of narrows it down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Miss that guy. Damn it.
Big shout out to Mac. Yeah, it made me a little sad when I saw it. But she did make it a point to reference the fact that these shows are not Josh's shows. That Josh does not have a Iron Realm Media channel. that Josh is but one small role, just a cog in the
Wait,
machine
what?
that is Iron Realm Media.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, very much. I'm trying to get to the emails myself. I haven't checked them yet today or yesterday or whatever. I can barely keep up with my emails, as some of you may attest.
I did also want to give a quick shout out to the United States Postal Service, because there's going to be one happy motherfucking postman out there. That's all I'm saying. One happy fucking postman.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, that's my shit.
That's a really interesting package you have coming from Northern California. I wonder what could be in it. Let me just open it up, take everything inside, and deliver an open, empty box right to your front porch. Was it a porch bandit? I suppose it could have been. We've only been at this house.
How many porch bandits take the time to open it and leave the box?
Leave the box. That's the part that kind of sealed it for me. Is now, there's no like, oh wait, our package is missing. Let's track it down. None of that. You got your package. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
6 months. Our first 6 months in this house, we were getting at least 2 or 3 deliveries almost every single day. Just trying to get stuff bought for the house and brought back up from the things we left behind when we moved, that we let my mom keep rather than fight with her about. So it's not like we have ever had a problem with packages. We've had like 5-6 boxes sitting on our front porch all day long. Nobody's ever bothered it. We've got 2 big dogs, and there was a car in the driveway. So again, I don't think it was porch bandits. I think there's just going to be one happy fucking postman out there.
Yeah. Damn it, man.
That's all right. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
There are more than one of those ways. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go with it. Well, I mean, in your position, I don't know what that means, but that's fine. We probably should say no more, probably. For
I do see we were joined again by Zachary.
Zachary, what's up, bro?
You want me to call you on your phone? Would it be just easier to use your data?
No, it was Skype. The phone, I got the internet and everything now. The internet's back up and running.
What the fuck?
When I clicked into Skype, it didn't give me the option. It still said to join the call at the bottom of it. And I couldn't turn the speaker on to where I could hear you guys. It was like stuck on the phone speaker, and it wouldn't let me hit any button. Unmute, mute, nothing. So I just restarted my phone. We'll see. I don't know, man.
Just one of those.
Shout out Robert Page. Shout out Warnick. I see you guys have shown up there in the chat.
Much love, everyone.
Happy Friday, my friend. Happy Friday, my friend.
Friday. And man, do we got a show for tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. A is here. Hey, A from Australia. Hi. Yes, we have an epic show, actual Titanic show, I believe, tonight. You see what
I had thought Campbell and Mike had spoken before.
No, they have not.
So this is an exclusive.
This is very original content.
Because I was thinking we should mark this exclusive somehow, but I thought, oh no, wait, they've had a conversation before. They've been on before.
No, they're both excited to talk to each other.
What do we have?
Campbell is
Autodidactic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who will be joining us with Stellium 7.
Yes.
2 just giants of their fields. No pun intended.
I heard you punning. You can't lie.
But yeah, this is going to be awesome.
Epic. Oh, man. And they're both excited to speak to each other. They're because, like I said, he comments often on Campbell's stuff, and Campbell knows a lot about Mike's stuff too. So this is
be the start of a beautiful. What is it?
Yeah.
Beautiful relationship.
That would work as well.
And I wonder just how related these 2 topics are. Because I've been watching a lot of Campbell's stuff, and some of the things they've been talking about with Tartaria being a possible floating civilization where they were using the airships. And what would be one of these main reasons where you need to go up? Because being down is no longer safe. If the world is inhabited by giants that can squash and squish and kill you at the whim, then the only really safe place to go is up. So maybe that's why they had to make it Tartarian floating civilization in an attempt to hide the giants. I don't know.
There's all kinds of old tales about floating cities. Shangri-La was one from the Asian area. I don't know if it was Chinese or Japanese but I remember Shangri-La being a mythical floating city. And then I remember I used to watch a show cartoon called Tailspin. And they had found Shangri-La, right? Up in the mountains. And they were all nice to him and this and that. But they held him hostage and wouldn't let him leave. Because once you find Shangri-La, you can't leave. Because then you're going to tell people. But they escaped. So Shangri-La, every building there in the mountains had a balloon that came out of the top of it. And they went and floated to a new place, the whole city. Like different buildings all floating together and went and resettled a new spot. I don't know why that popped into my head, but yeah. That would be cool to be able to be like, yeah, let's go move out to the desert. I don't feel like building another house out there. We'll just take our houses with us. Let's go.
Can I give a quick...
Speaking of floating cities, just recently, of all things, apropos of nothing, Shell sent me the old floating city in China video from like 2015, 2016, whenever that, that was early on when we were all doing this research. Yeah. And suddenly there was this video of the floating city over
Was this the one on
China.
The bridge? Was this the one from the bridge where all the people were on the bridge?
It's the real misty one, like where you can see.
That one's old as fuck. That one is one of the ones that got me started on Project Bluebeam, as I recall. That's been around forever. Yep. And I remember seeing that just blowing my mind and having people tell me, oh, that's just a mirage.
Well, it's just, clouds do that sometimes. I'm like, when the fuck do they do that?
Right.
When have you ever seen a cloud city? God damn it. There's no, it's not just, that happens. You can't just laugh it off with that. But yeah. 2015 is what I just went, China floating city, and that's when it came up. Was 2015? Is there an older one I may have not known about?
There's got to be, because 2015 we were flat earthing.
Right. Well, that's when it all, to me, kind of was when I saw it. It was after I got into flat Earth, which is when I really found more about how real Project Bluebeam was. We had talked about the ability to fuck with us in the sky visually a little bit off and on over the years with the UFO community, but not to the extent of what we found out with the Project Bluebeam, which I didn't find out about until after Flat Earth. And again, I had been out of research for years when that hit me in the head. So,
because I was posting chemtrail videos back in 2007, 2008, and I know that I was convinced
you knew about it then?
that chemtrails were going to be used as a medium for Project Bluebeam.
Shit. Well, damn, you were ahead of the curve. Yeah,
and I know that video was one of the first things I saw that kind of put me onto this 3D holographic technology, was that misty Chinese floating city video. I'll see if I can't dig that up, because that one did fuck me up first time I saw it. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, it's just a mirage.
I've seen multiple ones there in China, but I remember it before 2015. I was thinking like 2011 or 12, but 11 is when I started watching YouTube and seeing all this crazy stuff. So I wouldn't have seen it in 2007. I didn't even know what YouTube was then, or any of that stuff. I was an old man. Yeah, Jack and the Beanstalk. You have to get to the upper realms.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Good call, Hippie Shake.
Yep. And man, when you said that, it sure just triggered something. What in the hell am I trying to remember here?
So there's like lots of these.
Oh, go ahead. I remember.
So I'm looking at like 3 or 4 floating cities that just sort of mysteriously appear in, around, or above China. I'll be damned if I can't find the one where everybody's standing on the bridge. Because the one I saw, they were like on the bridge looking at the river. And
Well, that's what I didn't know when you referenced the bridge. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah,
so
that's the one I
original
remember.
video must be the one you're talking about. Might be from earlier, because this is the one I'm remembering. It's just that misty view from the ground, not really a bridge involved.
Because this stuff is happening above cities, like in the sky.
Yeah, it looks like there's clouds beneath it, and this city is, and you can see underneath the clouds, but then above it is like this city poking out of the clouds. And then I remember seeing one that looked like trees coming up out of the water, and a building coming up out of the water as well. It wasn't like in the clouds. There was one that was like in the middle of the big wide river. And I always thought, oh, that's got to be just a hoax. That's CGI. But you see all these people standing around pointing at it. Yeah, you could get maybe, 20, 30 people in on it, I guess. But I don't know.
So there were these little tiny books growing up. I can't remember the name of them, but they were about like a 5-inch tall by 4-inch wide size, little thick book. And the way it was designed, there would be a page of text and a page with a picture, drawn picture. And the majority of these I remember were Disney related, Mickey Mouse, cartoony, with adventure. And in one of those, there was this story, and they were in dirigibles above the clouds. Pirate Pete, that character that always was chasing him back in those days, the big dog guy, was after them. And I can remember them jumping off of the boat thing, the gondola under it, onto the clouds themselves and bouncing around on those clouds. And I wanted to do that in the worst fucking kind of way. I wanted to bounce on clouds. So yeah, they've been telling us all about this shit for some time now. I'm trying to find that book, but all I'm coming up with are just bizarre, different little cartoons that had references to Mickey and floating, and yeah, I'm not seeing that old book. Anybody remember those books I'm talking about though? The little thick, digesty, holding something. Yeah, I think you may be right. Travis, shout out, brother. Welcome. Good to see you.
There it is. I knew I'd find this fucking thing. Sorry. I just been looking for this damn video.
Right, we're all doing our own little research now. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this one really
well,
fucking.
Can you show us? You found it?
Yeah. Let me.
I'm trying to get back to the call. Yeah, I'm digging for Mickey Mouse here.
I will get it set and see if I can't just share it with everybody.
Oh, hi, Brazil. Hippie Shake brought up another float island that appears and disappears. That was in that great movie, Eric the Viking.
No doubt, man. There's so much flat earth mythology involved in the Viking.
All right, we'll try this. We'll play this, see what happens. It's like what you're looking at doesn't seem like much, except that's a river underneath it. There's no subtitles. This isn't the exact video that I saw because there's more voiceover to it, so you had a better idea of what it was you were looking
What's
at.
going on, right?
And it doesn't look like there's much of anything going on, but none of this city should be here. All these buildings and lights and things are never there. That's just river. But now they're seeing buildings and lights and a city in the river. This one just blew my mind, and I couldn't wrap my brain around what the hell it was I was seeing. Like, none of this is supposed to be there. And
yeah, this is one of them that I had seen for sure. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's new for me. That was a new one. Cool.
Ian says refraction.
Effins. Commercials.
Fata Morgana. That's all we got. That's all you need.
And here's another one. Again, just more giant buildings just appearing in this mirage in China.
Jeez, look at that. It looks like an invasion of something.
Okay, so if this is supposed to be a mirage, where's the city that this is broadcasting from? You know what I mean? Where's the mirage from? Where is that city somewhere else that's being picked up by the atmosphere and carried through some kind of miraculous fucking way to be in this place that's so clear and crisp and etc. So show me the city that's being projected into the sky. That skyline in another city that's not somewhere halfway around the fucking alleged ball they keep lying about. And then we can talk about your mirage city. What if it's just a dimensional shift thing, that whole thinning of the veil, and that's what's there in another dimension? And we're just kind of seeing through it. I wonder if that's a thing. That's just a fucking floating city. That's the one I knew. That's a fucking floating city. That's not a damn mirage.
You can't look up at a cloud and see buildings on top of it.
Morgana.
A superior mirage. Up above your head. You're looking like 70 degrees up.
Up.
Yeah, mirages don't work that way. Ask Travis in chat. He'll tell you all about it. Guy spent years out there looking at this kind of stuff. I doubt he's ever seen a mirage 40 degrees up.
How many times did you have to crane your neck up to be able to see a boat?
Yeah. That's wild.
But they had yellow and red wavy lines coming off of the sun. I just saw it. You can't tell me it's not real. What is that supposed to portray to us? Those two little lines. Oh my God. Yeah, that last thing you guys just showed us for that last brief second, that was a fucking mirage. The rest of that crap here.
Oh, the crazy bridge. Yeah, it's been a long time since I went looking for the floating city stuff. The only thing that makes me really question it, I mean, is this them showing what they can do? Or there's so many places where there are no people. Wouldn't you go and try this somewhere else? Like not by a major metropolitan area where people are going to see you doing it? That's the one thing that gets me is, why would you do it where there's a bunch of people?
You'd probably do it at first when you're testing. Now you're doing just a slow rollout. Testing is done away from people in case it goes wrong. Once you get it right, now you want to start.
Once it quits glitching on you and all that kind of stuff and disappearing for a second.
Yep.
Once you get it locked in, that makes sense.
Where can we put this? How in their face can we get it? How close can we get this mirage to them before they start to question? How far away do we need to keep it so that they believe it? I don't know. Hey, guess what? We don't have any breaks.
Nice.
No, we don't. Hey, I just was going back playing catch up in chat. Welcome to all of the new folks. I see you there, Bob. I see a person named What's Truth, and saying I've been on your show before as a guest a long time ago. Man, that's awesome to have you back around. Hit us up. We always like to talk to an old friend again. And welcome back. Yes, Bob, no doubt. He is here somewhere. Pretty sure I saw Bobo when I went back up.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Seeking Star Water has also arrived. I see. Welcome. Good to have you here. I said hey to Travis. Someone else showed up. Damn it. Where was I? Oh, Martin Haley. Hello, Martin. Good to see you. Allison. What's up, Allie?
Ian brings up an interesting point. They put it out there in the water so people can't,
Access
go
it,
out there and
walk
look
to it.
straight up at it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because if you saw that like on land somewhere, first thing you're gonna do is, let's go see that. Where'd that come from? Let's see how close we can get to it. But you see something floating in the middle of a river, you're gonna have to make some plans before you just go up to it.
So stop the presses. As I am scrolling back, I have come across someone's whose ears should be burning a lot of late. Yes. You've been spoken about and missed greatly, young lady. Welcome back. Ipsy Nasalies. Oh, what's up, sweet lady? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Apparently driving and going to charge the car, and we'll get back in chat in about 15 minutes. So I'm talking to myself, but come back and see us in 15 for sure. That's epic, man.
So I've been watching a lot of Tesla videos lately. It's amazing how many people are out there making videos on this stuff and have no idea what they're talking about. Talking about it creating a electromagnetic field and this and that and all this stuff, and it's like, and there's like 100,000 views on some of these videos. But then you find those gems, those diamonds in the rough. And there's a young man named Parker Edmondson who didn't go buy a Tesla coil and, plug it into the wall and say, look at it, I know all about this thing. He actually built a Tesla coil, like out of bottles and jars and a bunch of copper and chicken wire and, stuff from around. He built his own. And then he built a receiver coil for it and showed how he can send electricity through the ground. And then another gentleman built a receiver coil like 900 miles away. And Parker flipped his switch on, and that young man's receiver coil, the LED started lighting up. Now, believe it or not, that's one of those things. But this young man, he kind of seems to get it and know what is going on in here. So he gives all the dimensions on how to build your receiver coil and this and that, and he gives the amount of hertz that he's using and this and that. So I sent him a question yesterday on that video, just asking, because he's talking about 160,000 gigahertz or something like that, some huge number, and that's so he can have a smaller wire. All right. When frequencies and sending them and receiving them all has to do with your antenna and the length of your antenna. So to receive his 160 gigahertz or kilohertz or whatever he used, he needed I think it was so 400 something feet of cable, or maybe it was, feet, to make his receiver coil to pick up the energy he was putting out from his main coil. And it got me thinking, okay, so if a lot of it has to do with its frequency. When you're sending electricity through the ground like this, the Earth has a frequency. 7.83 hertz is our Schumann resonance. So I sent him a question: how long would the wire need to be to lock into, start resonating with 7.83 hertz? Some of you, please take a guess at how long of a wire this would be. Bob, you don't get to guess because I already told you. Okay, guessing time's over. I'm just going to say it. It's like over 31 million feet of wire, like 6,000 miles, something like that. I think just an insanely long amount of wire. And then I got to thinking, well, how much would that weigh? If you had the skinniest wire. Last night, I was telling people it was 90,000 pounds. And that's at the skinniest wire, to have a wire that long. Well, now that I'm going back and looking through when I actually did the math and stuff, I was lowballing it a little bit. It's like 940,000 pounds of wire at the smallest gauge wire, which wouldn't be used. It'd definitely be heavier than that. Which then got me thinking, what kind of foundation alone would you need to build something that big? Just the foundation, not the actual structure, not the tower that's going to hold all this 940,000 pounds of copper wire, but just the foundation. Would it be like as big as a pyramid? I mean, you go find buildings that are crumbled and this and that, the foundation's still there, right? There's always that foundation. Just makes me wonder, were the pyramids used for something? I mean, I know they're not burial chambers. That's ridiculous. But maybe they were like the base of something. But yeah, so kind of gave you one of those, oh man, it's that much? So I don't know. I'll put it out there to the ether, but
why copper, Zach?
Oh,
right. I mean, I assume it could be aluminum or zinc or really any of these things we use.
So anything that conducts is what you're saying?
Well, yeah, but you want to be careful because some things do different, they're magnetically different. And I'm not 100% sure. Zinc I know is in a lot of the wires we use. Where we think there's copper in our, electronics, a lot of the times they'll replace that with zinc because it's cheaper. But it still gets the job done. It might not hold up thermally. Well, I know it doesn't. Zinc melts at like half the temperature copper does. So that could come into play. There's just so many logistics that you got to really run through when picking your materials. So I don't want to say, no, it doesn't have to be copper when it might have to be copper. I don't know.
I'm just thinking of coils and then conductive coils. And then you'd put into the chat yesterday sort of how long that piece of wire would need to be. I think the specific number you had was like 31.4, which I saw as,
Yeah, that blew my mind too.
Which got me thinking about phi and golden ratios and different other things in nature that might be A, conductive, and B, coiling, which then got me into water and vortexing air. And just wonder if there was any secrets maybe in that vortex-based mathematics when you're using water. And maybe there's a correlation there between the water and the great big Tesla coil. I don't know. I was just, again, one of those little trails my mind wandered off when I should have been focusing on something else, but just thinking out loud.
We
Big
had
shout out to
900.
Karen B.
Oh, sorry.
Say big shout out to Karen B. You go right ahead, Zach.
Hey, Karen B.
What's up, Karen?
Nice to see you again. We actually all hung out over at James and Naj's last night. Grounded Extracts.
Awesome.
It was her birthday, and
Oh, well, belated Happy Corporation Formation Day.
Yeah, a nice group of open-minded flat earthers all gathering together. There was children running around, yelling and playing. It was awesome. It was awesome. 2 babies, new flat earthers. Yeah, good times.
Oh man, are you kidding me? I'm sorry, guys. I'm going down a rabbit hole trying to find that damn book. And I found the Gold Key Walt Disney Comic Digest, and I did have those growing up, and I do see a lot of things that are taking me back and flipping me out. One of which is I completely forgot that amongst the Gold Key books were things like Zorro and Tarzan and stuff like that. And I had those, remembered those, and also Turok, Son of Stone, which I completely forgot and started out as one of those books. I just, when it became a video game on the Xbox, it was just like nothing to me keyed into it. Like, oh, this is the guy from the comic book, and it never. That's crazy. Anyway, still haven't found the picture. I did find one of those books where they did go up the beanstalk, and there's some interesting things crossing over there, but I still haven't found the cities in the sky yet. But I see Pete, I see the whole thing, so I'm definitely in a flashback spot. I'll try to mute up and not keep going, oh my god, every time I find something new. But as I do peruse these books, there are others interesting enough that have stuff to do with UFOs, a lot of mythology, a lot of stuff that I'm all about these days was all programmed right here with these little digests. They've been at it for a long frickin' time. Seems like there were even some Ripley's in those books that I had, because Ripley's was a whole other world of getting lost down rabbit holes. Oh, there we go. Yep, Mystery Comics Digest, Ripley's, believe it or not. Anyway, all right, I'll stop. Move on, or I'll never stop looking at these books.
Yeah, no, I think that's about it. I got nothing. Seems like there was something. Go ahead, because I still don't have it.
Oh, I was going to mention something dumb. I just saw in an article, Alex Rodriguez, the professional game player, right? Plays sports for a living. Got caught doing steroids, so probably not the brightest, bulb in the box. Was dating some chick. This isn't really news, folks. It just made me laugh.
Not
and
news.
Her mom said, well, he's not really all that much of an intellectual. He hits a ball with a stick for a living, lady. Did you expect some Nobel laureate to be dating your daughter? I don't know. Sorry. I don't know why I went off on this. I just saw that somebody was just shocked that this professional athlete wasn't smart. It's like, really? That is news? Where there's an article? Who wrote this? I don't care. Where's it at? But this is considered news. Oh, Sports Skeeta? Never even heard of that. They've been sending me some weird stuff now. Now that I refuse to get articles from certain places,
I've done
don't
that
recommend.
Too. Yeah, I've done.
They're sending me some weird stuff. Just Jack and I were talking last night, and about the articles that we see when we go into our search engines. And he didn't believe me, so I pulled up Google. I mean, he believed me, but he was like, "Really, that many?" And I pulled it up and it was just space this, space that, space this, space that, Elon Musk this, Elon Musk that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah. And it's just because that's the stuff that I, click on when it comes up. So this is all that they feed me anymore. It's just space nonsense. And then a couple local articles here and there. But yeah, like 75, 80% of the stuff I get is all about, space.
And it's true. Whatever you click on or whatever you look for, they'll feed it to you.
Oh yeah, if you're searching something, like when I was looking for my pocket watch that I wanted or my sextant, I remember my sextant big because I was getting sextant stuff like 3 or 4 articles about a sextant.
I want some sextant stuff.
Yeah, it's wild how that computer, it's not even a person, it's just a computer that knows what you're looking at and recommends all this stuff. What I want to know is, I've noticed that about a lot of the local businesses around here, you can't find them on the internet at all. Like they have zero internet presence. And when you go to search for a place, like, hey, I'd like this type of food. If that place doesn't have like an internet, even like a Google, what is that? Maps. On Google Maps, they won't come up on Google Maps. They won't even tell you that there is a Thai food restaurant down the road. When you're searching for Thai food, they'll send you 40 miles to the next whatever,
Whoever paid them the
metropolitan
most.
area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And you got one 2 miles from your house that you can't find because, I don't even know if we get phone books anymore.
So I got to say that I think a lot of this is user error, not on your part, but on the part of the business owner. We got a place down the road, a little barbecue joint. It's open just sporadically. You never know when it's going to be open and what they're going to have and how much of it's going to be there.
Serve it till it's gone and then they close, that kind of joint.
Basically, it's not very good.
Yeah.
Some dude just seemed to fancy himself a better pitmaster than he really was.
All right.
But we called just, to make sure they're open. And the number on Google was old boy's fucking cell phone. Because when he signed up to put his business on Google, he misunderstood, I think, and put his cell phone where his business phone should have been. So I think that's a lot of what it is. Either people don't know how to get listed on Google or they just don't bother. They think that I'm here now, the internet will find me and list me.
That's exactly it. I worked at a radio station about 2013, I guess, 14-ish. And at that late of a date, they had just crept their way onto Facebook and had a lady there in the office that was kind of the Facebook lady. And I kept trying to explain, to them that, there's all kind of other stuff out there and there's, Twitter and et cetera. And then you could get like on Google and they could find us by searching us and things like that. And they're like, oh, well, I thought we were on Google. If you do, if you look exactly what they thought, that Google would just figure it out, go, oh, new business, suck it into their little feed and everything would just go on, by itself. Oh, so yeah, they started looking into it. I guess they finally got on to the real world. I'm not sure.
And this is how people make money with SEOs, search engine optimization, because you have people that don't know what the fuck they're doing who will pay people that do know what the fuck they're doing to be able to make your business pop up on Google. It's really that simple. Unless you can really dedicate yourself. And for restaurants, that's hard because most of them will be gone under in the first 3 years. But the only way to really get onto Google is to just, repetition. You got to get out there for like 6, 7, 8 years putting out 3 shows a week, trying to throw out hashtags and stuff. And only then, if people search your name, might you come up.
Yeah. You know, saying that, just recently I was working on trying to change my gamer tag that I was given on the Halo game. I didn't choose it. It just gave me this silly name. And I went in to change the name, and Flat Earth Head would no longer fit because they've reduced the amount of characters down to fit across all these new systems. Now, what they tell you in that same page is that none of the systems you're going to be playing in the game's going to recognize the new system, but it's all going to have this number after it and have, so whatever you put, Flat Earth, 6832, whatever. And I didn't want all that. So I'm like, well, and then it being 12 spaces, I couldn't put Flat Earth Head correctly. I would have had to spell the head part with H-E-D. So just for shits and giggles, I Googled that specific spelling of my avatar name. And it asked, did you mean Flat Earth Head? And I'm like, are you kidding? So I clicked on that to see what it would say, because I never have Googled that name after I chose it. I was about 6 pages down before I actually came across the thing. It just asked me, did I mean that? Yes, that's what I meant, but you're going to put it 6 pages over that I have to click to actually find the reference to my. And the first thing was Twitter, not even YouTube. The first thing that I finally found was my Twitter stuff. And then a couple of things scrolling down, there was my YouTube information. So yeah, get those hashtags out there, get that search engine optimization kicking. Oh, it's kind of funny. Anyway, I am now Flat Earth Head, H-E-D, over there on Halo. So if you want to find me, that's me. You also brought up this whole confusion and, where are we and who can find us and things like that, which also kind of leads into Walking Axel's comment here on chat. I'm all messed up with the times. Thought you were coming on this afternoon. Well, we will be. That's how we roll. For any new people listening, catching this on the flip side, etc. Tuesday and Friday, you can normally catch us over on TFR.com live from 4 a.m. till 6 a.m. Central. And then also on Friday afternoon, we do our YouTube show on our YouTube channel that we've had going for 2 years now. So sorry about the confusion, and for anybody else that is trying to figure out why we're always on the frickin' inner tubes talking to somebody. That's our schedule. Tuesday and Friday mornings, and then also Friday afternoons. And this afternoon will be epic. It will be huge. We will have Stellium 7. Mike will be back with us, as well as our good old friend Campbell from Autodidactic Channel. And
just showed up in chat, by the way. His ears must have been burning.
His ears must be burning. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I hope we get it right today, man. Every time we try to get Campbell on, there is something. It's almost like trying to get Jerry on.
Look, 12 hours from right now, Campbell. And 12 hours from right now is when the plan is to go live. Well, 4 minutes ago, but you know us, so we'll be lucky if we do it. But 12 hours from right now-ish. Approximately right now, exactly.
Like right now, in 12 hours, say 12 hours, 10 minutes, 12 hours, 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly 12 hours.
Exactly 12 hours from now. So either stay up or go get you a nap. I'm going to take a nap.
Shit, 12 hours? I can do both.
Right?
I can take 2 naps. 12 hours.
Hell's yeah.
No,
yes, Liz, please try to stay awake. We have crept down until we finally got Liz just falling right asleep. I see you wishing it was 11.
Right. I'm pretty sure we started an hour and a half earlier at one point. Maybe it was 4:30. Maybe we've always kind of started around 4:30.
No, we did. We were doing it at 4. I remember it in Oregon having to do the math.
Because I could come home.
Yeah, when I started, we did it at 4, and then we moved it to 4:20 for a few months. Because I had to get home from work, and I was like driving home on the
I remember those rushing home days. Yep.
Yeah. And then it's
So-
just slowly crept.
And it's just slowly, and a part of it is just life. I mean, Josh has a
Well,
longer
Josh has
drive
a new
home,
job.
and it's
Yeah,
different.
different job.
So he gets home a bit later than he used to. And while that, it's a sad excuse when there's a lot of other people on the team, it's just the streaming for me is not doable until I can afford a higher rated internet package that I had when I started this whole thing. But don't get me ranting on this cable system that screwed me. Or whatever they are, internet system. They changed my package, and now I don't have the upload I thought I had. And I was going to stream our games and just all kinds of just recently came that I'm not going to be able to do that yet. So me streaming this show is pretty much me talking to you guys with whoever's on the show with us not being able to be heard because I'm barely being heard myself. But hopefully in the not too distant future, I will upgrade my package. Oh, wow. Stop everything. Rewind.
Restart.
Dave has finally gotten here. We can start now. What's up, David? Oh, man.
I need 31 million feet of copper, David.
Right? Dave's here, man. Wait, what?
Maybe if he had a field, we could use some of Dave's copper. Anybody? There you go.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
It's copper
I
field.
just had to find my mute button. Yeah, it's early. It's very early.
Yeah, there it is. Karen B. 6,000 miles of copper wire. It can be done. It can be done.
Somebody had mentioned on Tuesday, what about it doesn't copper run in veins in the earth? But I guess it's got to be coiled. It's got to be pretty specific.
The coiling is what amplifies it so much.
Interesting verbiage there, the veins of copper and veins.
Actually, I don't know if it needs to be coiled.
That was mentioned last Friday when we had Mike on. Somebody had mentioned about the veining when they were talking about mining and stuff and the way it's all veined in there. Yeah.
Now, I know, okay, see, I may be thinking wrong, but it might not have to be coiled. I mean, to receive a frequency
I thought the coiling is part of it. Isn't that part of
the... Well, that's for amplifying it and sending it out. But
yeah, but even like that whole, what is it? The thing that, God, I can't remember the name of the channel. They use the GANs solution on the coiled wire. Adam was doing that when we first met him. He was doing that in his garage, creating GANs and spraying it on coiled wires and getting charged from nothing. So I thought that was part of it, the coiling. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm completely not the guy, dude. You're the guy. If anybody knows what the hell you're talking about on this topic, I'll let you go.
I forget. I was going to say my brains. I just saw Dave says he's working on it.
Does it need to be coiled? That was the question.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so like a antenna for receiving frequencies, people will just take, their antenna wire and run it up through the trees and all around. As long as that antenna is the right length, it can pick up that frequency. So I don't know if it needs to be so much coiled. I know the coiling for the Tesla coil, that's where you get your magnification. As you're winding it up, you can take that 1 volt and turn it into...
That's like making the little magnet with the copper, with the nail and the 12-volt battery and a couple of wires. Same idea. The more wraps you put, the more powerful it is. So
yeah. But for receiving it, I don't think we need
the opposite. You don't need it. Okay. It wouldn't pick up more.
But now you may need it again. Yeah.
And just the nodules it creates in the air, pick it up, I guess. I don't know. Well, think about the roofs of all the buildings and churches with all those gnarly little things sticking out everywhere and all the little antiquitech that we assume is that. Who knows? I'm just...
And what about things like rectifiers?
Both directions
aren't there
needed?
I'm thinking, again, there's got to be introduction of crystals of mercury, of the shape. Like maybe it's not a coil, maybe
And
it's a
shape,
torus.
right?
Maybe,
shape, I think, is part of it. Yeah.
And maybe it's a coil within a coil within a coil at specific distances. I'm still convinced that this Tesla is 369 and the stuff that Ed Leenscanlon
Maybe
was
it's
doing.
coiling one direction on the inner part, then a coil the other direction on the outer part, and do it like the heart does the blood, like that. There's a word, not vortex. Damn it, what's the word? Anyway, that whole idea we talked about with Mike, and he showed us with that video of the heart pumping the blood and how it creates the swirl in one direction on the inside and one direction on the outside at the same time.
Counter rotation. I was thinking about
that
that
idea.
rotating coils and counter rotating coils.
Coiling? Yeah.
It's got to be somehow. I mean, I think, again, just purely based on instinct and
right,
feel.
That's all this is. No knowledge.
There's something that's definitely there. There's got to be
something.
Something's telling me there's a shortcut that we're missing.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. That's why I'm telling you, it's out in the ether. I'm just going to keep thinking in my head. There will be a Flat Earth lab. Parker will be invited. He will accept. There's another young gentleman who is playing with the amount of power needed to put into a Tesla coil. And he's been playing with all kinds of stuff, just changing stuff. He builds his own. And he's getting crazy amounts of power out compared to what he's putting in. Like he said, some of them are close to world record. You know, I put this much power in, I'm getting this much out. This should not be possible.
Right. He's another
Tech.
one. Thank you, 17 Joy. I'm sorry, Zach. I was excited because I got the name of the channel. Keshe. Keshe. If you haven't checked it out, I'm sure you have. It might have some stuff that would help you figure some of this out. I know it was, when I was looking at all that 5 years, 6 years ago, heavily, it was nuts what they were working on then. So who knows where it's at now. I need to check back in. Anyway, thank you for that, 17 Joy, there in chat.
Keshe, I'm a musician?
No, I'm gonna send it to you. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that there's so many certain phrases and terminology, like the thunderstorms that they have in Africa, right along the equator. They say even when there's no clouds in the sky, it still thunders at 3 o'clock, like daily, on the dot. Now, I don't know where I was going with this. Man, I am losing it this morning. I didn't get to bed till late last night. But
wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
There's so many channels doing this now. When I typed in Keshe Tech and then it came up, there are so many channels.
That's what
now
I'm saying.
with plasma and oh my God.
When you find something that's cool that has a name already, I forget. Oh yeah, the thundering in there's a specific name for it that they have for it in Africa. But when you go and you search that, it's like 10 different songs by different artists, and you can't find any information on the actual phenomena, like scientific information, data, anything like that, even stories. It all goes to song. Even when you're searching the internet, not YouTube, the internet feeds you a bunch of nonsense. Because Savage was telling me about this a long time ago, and I was like, how could they have thunder every day?
Right.
And it's like clockwork. Every day at 3 p.m. there, it just starts thundering. Clouds in the sky, no clouds in the sky. What is that? That just...
the machinery of the world at work? I have no idea.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
What happens when you put blood in the centrifuge?
I'm sorry. Go to type in Keshe research and get lost, man. There's a guy making coils. There's a guy making infinity loops. There's a guy making these things. Yeah, coils, man, have to be a key here. Anyway, go ahead, Zach. Josh.
What happens when you put blood in the centrifuge?
You separate the plasma out.
Uh-huh. Why do you suppose they call it that?
Yes.
For just $67, you can make
Plasma. Because we're electrical beings.
That's probably not related. It's probably just a coincidence.
I wonder if our veins and arteries, are they charged differently? You know, high potential, low potential. If your heart is like,
well, if
you know, the
if
power source,
don't you have a charge potential between your left and right?
Yeah.
And we know there's a charge potential vertically in the air. So there's got to be a charge potential between your head and your toes, yeah?
But yeah, is that potential like totally different between your veins and your arteries? Like,
wouldn't it be cool if it were
like
reversed and that's what really helps with the blood flow? It makes it so easy
yeah,
for the blood to
that's
pump?
what I'm thinking. Yeah, like one is charged with less potential than your heart, so it's always attracted to your heart. It's always flowing towards your heart. While the other one is the same potential as your heart, so it's always flowing away from your heart. Could it be that simple?
It could be. And speaking of the heart, and that one way and the other way, look at this on the screen. There it is. One wrap on the inside going one way and wraps on the outside going the other way. And what the fuck is this? This is part of that Keshi plasma stuff, Zach.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look into this.
And what if you were passing two counter-rotated coils through a torus, through the center of a torus? I mean, I really think there's a way to shortcut through all of this needing 31 million feet of wire.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
It's that linear thinking that says this, okay, and we'll just extrapolate that out into some ungodly number that is impossible to reach. Therefore, we just need to figure something else out. I think there's just a secret here that we're not seeing. I'm convinced of it. I just don't have any proof or any idea what it would be.
So Jaron.
And this guy literally is breaking down how he makes it exactly sizes. And yeah, dude, I'm going to send you this link, but this is just the tip of the
Is that the one where he built those toruses and they just create energy?
I don't know yet. I think this guy is really just trying to show people how to make these little parts for their own little experiments in this field. And each, like, there's different numbers of coils on different ones. And, like, yeah, he's definitely, oh my goodness. Hang on. I'll send you the link to him and you can go from here. Again, it's so deep. I had no clue it had gone this far. That's cool.
I hear that pretty lady in the background.
Yeah, she's looking for some attention. Hey, sweetie. Hey, baby. Hey.
Oh, it's so neat. James's children are in the process of speaking now, learning the different, sounds and stuff. All the different words and everything. It's so neat. Children are amazing. Human beings are amazing. I don't get it though. I mean, and I've done this before, don't get me wrong, but always wanting a little bit more. Like our senses just aren't good enough. Why can't I see that? Why can't I hear that? Why can't I, when really, good Lord, they're amazing. What we can do to perceive the world around us is quite a feat, really. I mean, all senses combined. Yeah, there's other, beings out there, creatures, animals, whatnot, that are probably heightened in every aspect. And they all have a consciousness, right? I mean, I think we can agree on that. So what separates us from them? Is it really as simple as having a thumb? Because squirrels have thumbs. Raccoons have thumbs.
Possums have
Orangutans have
thumbs.
thumbs.
Possums have
Possums,
freaking hands on their back feet. It's crazy.
So what separated us? Why are we so different than every other being on this plane that we live on?
420.
Just a reminder to everybody out there. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like we're foreign.
Almost like we don't belong here. Like we were put here.
But I'm a creep.
Who was it in chat way earlier saying they had read, I believe, the Adam and Eve book and
91 feet tall, 31 cubits.
But anyway, the fact that this place is considered in those texts, those apocrypha, this place is a prison and a dungeon, I think is what. I'm trying to get back to the comment and see who it was. I want to give credit. I think it was Walking Axel, but I could be wrong. And I've done something. I switched to live chat. I can't go all the way back up now. Sorry. But if it wasn't you, Walking Axel, give me a shout out, whoever that was.
So what happened over the week? I know I saw some good articles being dropped in.
There was a couple. Hang on, I'm trying to get back to them.
I was going to throw this one asteroid in there, but I did. Just because they said it was the size of 3 dinosaurs. That was the description. Did we talk about this Tuesday? Maybe it was Wednesday on the pre-show.
We were yapping, yeah.
Session.
So apparently the northern lights are going to move a little farther south into the mainland U.S. this week. I did see that story and wanted to let everybody keep their eyes open. Today, it's talking about it being like yesterday and today. It started this let's see, what is it? A coronal storm. Blah, 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 coronal mass ejections, blah, blah, blah. The storm started Sunday and is expected to peak Thursday to a G3 level, which G5 is the highest measurement of these storms' intensity, and it will end Friday. So, yeah. Last night, this morning, later this evening after the show, definitely go head out. I'm trying to see, I thought it had it in this story. It was probably in the first story I had on this topic, but it was one of those subscription-based pages that I told it I don't want stories from any longer, so I don't see how far south they're going to be. Damn it.
Yeah, Liz says she would love to see the north. It is, Liz, it's, I don't want to say it's like world-changing or mind-altering, but it is a grand sight to behold. I've only seen them once from Indiana, 41 degrees north. They must have came down real far that time.
Right.
It was wintertime. Me and my cousin are driving down a country road out in the middle of BFE, Indiana, right down the middle of the road doing like 30. We were just going on a bud cruise. And the lights on my inside of my car are green. And I look up at my window and I see like green up in the sky. And I was like, I've never seen my lights shine at that angle. You know, I thought I was just getting a reflection
on the window. Right.
Yeah, and then I roll my window down, and the green lights are still there. And as soon as I did that, I just stopped the truck and pulled over. It's like, do you see that? Or do you see the sky is green over there? We got out, sat on the hood, finished the rest of the joint. Yeah, sat there and watched. It was amazing.
I did find it finally in the story. It looks like it will go as far south, possibly as regions of Pennsylvania, Iowa, and Oregon. So that would have been something to see if I'd been there. I'll definitely shout out to the fam and let them know to check it out. Hopefully this evening. Apparently, it looks like the peak was earlier before our show from what I'm seeing here, but it's still going on through this evening. So
big shout out to Hippie Shake. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Thanks for listening in Hippie Shake 29. You go have fun with your son.
That channel.
Thanks for
amazing.
Posting all that you do.
You are a beautiful soul, lady. We love you a lot. Thank you for all you do. I see you sharing in everyone's chat. When I see Hippie Shake in a chat, I know she's going to be hard at work throughout any of the shows I'm on hanging out in. Thank you, lady. Love you.
I know it's not just the stuff on the show that she'll drop in chat, but she also
she's
in
all
chat,
over
or the
it.
show
Yeah,
will
people in
mention
chat.
someone.
Just people in chat. Yeah, she'll drop everybody's links that are in the chat with her. Yeah, she's amazing.
Relevant. That's what I love about it. Relevant links, as opposed to people coming in and just wanting to talk shit about things that we're not talking about, or derail the conversations going on in the chat. Just other shit. Just always keeping it relevant. That's what I appreciate.
Oh, it looks like Brian there in chat had actually gotten it for me before I found it in the story, letting us know that it would be as far south as Pennsylvania. Thank you, Brian. CB. Appreciate that. Need to get back on and game with us again, my friend. Speaking of, I saw Zombie in chat earlier and hasn't seen Nemo. Has Nemo popped in?
Yeah, Nemo popped in earlier. I saw him.
I missed it. I'm playing catch up. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Tin foil hat sombrero. Just
What's
joking.
Up, Rico?
Rico tin foil sombrero. I'll probably do that forever now.
Oh man, speaking of tinfoil, who has the tinfoil beanies I saw when I was watching Melodome? I forgot to ask in that chat or ask them because I know I want one. I think Chris had one on. And then the next time I watched, Chris and Austin had one. I'll have to ask them.
Another flat earther just born.
I don't have mine on this morning. I didn't turn it on.
Yeah, my internet went out last night. When I woke up, I turned off the Wi-Fi, and I got pop, 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 like popcorn. Bunch of them. That must have been going off last night.
That's a nice sound.
Yeah, over at James's last night, we were sitting around the table talking, and they hear pop. Another flat earther born. Big grin on my face. It's neat. It is. It still hasn't done. Was that another pop just now?
It was.
Pop? It's Dave just sitting there on his app buying more apps. Oh, geez. It's happening, folks.
Like a Geiger counter, Bob said. Just imagine.
I can't.
If it hits that point where it just starts to grow exponentially. Like you expect.
I can't wait for all the people to be like, yeah, I knew it was flat.
Of course it is. I just didn't want to say anything.
You know there's going to be so many of them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I knew. I just thought you'd think I was crazy if I said anything about it. Yeah. And the fact is, there probably is a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
There probably is. And I'm one of those fences that I ride is because it's hard to respect somebody that's going to come out after the fact and say, well, I just didn't want to say anything. I always knew. I just didn't want to say anything.
Right.
Because in life, you either put up or shut up. And doesn't really count if you don't say anything, as far as I'm concerned. But I could totally appreciate the people out there that can't say anything. and don't want to say anything and know it's flat, but keep it to themselves and don't talk about it. I can totally appreciate it. So I don't know. It's one of those things.
My son sent me a video going, "What is this?" It was something he's apparently popped on the TikTok bandwagon, and he's telling me there's lots of flat earthers on there, lots of, NASA lies people on there. I'm still not going to download it. But anyway, he sent me this little video, and he's like, "When did this happen?" And it was a clip of when Mark Sargent had gone over to the Flat Earth Festival. I can't remember the name of the conference in England, and had gone on the morning show and was talking to those people on that British morning show. And I told him that during that time period, there was a poll placed on that site of that channel. I can't remember the name of the show. I'm not British, so I don't have a clue. But what was the number at that point when they finally pulled it? Wasn't it like something ridiculous, 3 million or something?
It was something crazy. Yeah.
If you thought the Earth was flat, and when they finally pulled it, if I'm not mistaken, it had reached 3 million. It could have been more. It could have been less, but it was definitely very telling enough for them to pull the shit down. I wonder if you built the Wayback Machine, if you could find it anymore.
My favorite one, I forget. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was a video game player. He played, I don't even know what game, some game, but he had 30,000 people in chat, just something ridiculous. So he did a poll because people were talking about flat Earth in his chat, and he just thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. Oh my! He's like, all right, we'll do a poll. How many people think the Earth is flat? And it came back like 80%. And the look on his face, just the sheer that was natural shock. He couldn't. He stopped playing, and he just looked, and he was like, "What?" And it ended right there, I think. But yeah, it freaked him out, hardcore. Yeah, Ben Flat, it freaked him out. You could see it on his face. He just got hit with a sledgehammer or something. So yeah, it's happening. There's a lot of people out there that know that don't say anything. I wonder how many people are live in the same house and are flat earthers, but don't know the other person is a flat earther. Because I've heard people say, "Oh, once I mentioned it to my family, 3 of them told me they already knew." Out of the 5 or 6 people in his family, yeah, 3 of them were already flat earthers. They just never said anything to him about it. I can't see. I've never been that person. As soon as I heard, I went and grabbed my mom, told her. I told my optometrist day 2. I was dumb. I hadn't heard you don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah. And it's true. I didn't have answers for any questions back then. Except, no, it's just flat. You see too far. What about this? What about that? Oh, I don't know. But now it's different. Now I don't mind screaming it from the rooftop. So back then I should have been shutting up, but I didn't. I told everybody. Got a lot of ridicule for it. Became the weird guy at every family function. Well, I was already the weird guy, but now I'm just close to not even being invited to family functions and stuff like that. Yeah, times have definitely changed. There are so many people out there that are aware. Pop.
Walking to Excellent Jet says, my mom asked her grandma how strange it was when planes came about. And she said, they've always had planes. She was born in 1900.
They've always had planes.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Campbell, autodidactic. He's been showing pictures of cities where, and it's not just like one or two airships. We're talking about like traffic, to where they passed laws over in Europe to where you weren't allowed to fly your airship within city limits. If you did, it had to be docked at 20 miles up. Something like that. Or if you flew over it, you had to be 20 miles up. 20 miles. That's like 110,000 feet. But these were laws that were put into place way back in the day for airships. So think about that. If airships were that common, to where people had their own, probably more common than planes, or maybe the same. We'll just say the same. One plane, the Hindenburg shut all that down. Really? How many planes have we had crash into stuff? Have they ever talked about, oh, we need to stop flying airplanes now? They're too dangerous. Where's that discussion at?
I remember this one time in Shanksville.
Right.
This one time in Shanksville. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the story makes no sense. That's like saying someone died in an automobile accident. We got to get rid of cars. I mean, what hasn't?
Well, then they had probably put into place the whole idea of a limited supply of our current fuel source and blah, 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 la, 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 bullshit. Let's burn up a Hindenburg and make sure everybody's scared, and then we can dispense with this amazing technology and force them to go to work more for dinosaur juice.
I'm telling you, though, I see hope.
Oh, yeah.
I see all these young people that are breaking away from the matrix and using their brains and figuring all this stuff out. And the neatest part is with the internet now, people know that these people, they get to share when they get a discovery, like right there, and then they can go and put it up and share it with not that millions of people see it, but millions of people could see it. To where just not that long ago, 30 years ago, you couldn't do that. Even if you wanted to get it out there to where millions of people could see it, you couldn't do that. There was no forum where millions and millions of people came daily, probably 1 billion people came daily to cycle through all the different, things that are being shared. This is new to civilization, at least, as far as we know. I'm sure they had something like this at one time before. But, according to the story I was told, before telephones, there was no way to talk to anybody.
Smoke signals, Pony Express.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah. You wrote a letter and it got carried by a horse to somebody else. That was, how information was spread back then. It's different now. They can't hide and suppress this stuff like they used to.
Right. Exactly. Man, what happened? Okay, I closed too many things. I thought I closed the call. Anyway, speaking of smoke signals, boy, that's a terrible segue. This is completely left turn because I said that. It reminded me, if you haven't watched Prey yet, one of the streaming services has it. I can't remember which one. It doesn't matter. They're not paying me, but you can find it. Prey. It is the prequel, quote unquote, to the Predator movies. Now, most people, when they hear that, hackles go up. Gore fest. I don't want to watch it. This was one of the most amazing depictions of Native American life I've ever seen put on film outside of an actual fucking documentary. Go watch this movie if you have any interest in Native American life. It is freaking amazing. That's my daily review for the day there.
I got a review. I think it was called The Day Shift.
Oh, I saw that was out, and I want to watch it next. So yeah, I'll be watching that sometime after the show tonight. Yep.
Another one of those. Now, I don't like horror movies. I usually don't do any type of horror. This was funny. This was a comedy horror. There was no real part in it where you were like, ooh, it dawned on me. I mean, I already had heard this and figured out, but it was the music. If you played funny, bubbly music to Nightmare on Elm Street, it wouldn't be scary. It is that music that makes that suspense and builds up inside of you and this and that. And this has none of that.
It's like those, I don't know any of the channel's names, but like where they'll take Mrs. Doubtfire trailer and put horror music behind it and it turns into a fucking, psychotic nightmare show. So same idea. Yeah. Liz, the Iron Maiden, I just saw as I'm scrolling back up. Thank you for that cat super chat. Hashtag cat super chat.
Much love, Liz.
Love you, lady. And you saw I put her on screen just a little while ago. So I must have known you were doing that. Thank you.
As a heads up, we got about 20 minutes before I'm going to have to start making my way out of here.
Absolutely. Oh, I like this. Again, I'm just playing back chat and catch up. Apparently, when we were talking about the app earlier, Dave, which if you don't know, David Wise, deep inside the rabbit hole, DITRH channel. What is going on in your life? If you haven't found this man's amazing work. Anyway, Dave said, unlike other things like the birth rate, where you have to factor in the number of people that are dying, the flat earth awakenings, there's nobody leaving. I love it.
And if you don't know who David is, excuse me. I had to.
Right.
One of the best tools for helping wake up friends and family to the world around them. And this started off as not an idea to make an app. This was something he had built so he could show people on his phone right there what he was talking about. Because there were, you'd have to go look up a certain YouTube video and this and that and fast forward to a certain spot.
Right.
He was tired of doing that. So he built this app that could show you what the sun and moon are doing and speed them up and slow them down and jump ahead 6 months and back to see where all this stuff is. And then added the stars to it and added all this stuff. It is called the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay. It is not only a visual that you can show people, it also has this plethora of playlists. Just any question you could ask, not about just flat earth, but all kinds of questions. In that app is just a huge resource section of videos you're not going to find on YouTube. They've been banned. I mean, you could type in the name of the channel and the name of the video, and they will not pop up on YouTube. This has done all the research for you right here.
I dropped a link there in chat. So if you have Apple or Android, this link will get you to either store so you can purchase your copy there of the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay. I'm getting there, Zach. I'll get it down one day. I'll get your flow.
And that's how it all started. And then he decided to add a friend finder to it. Said, hey, let's let people know that there's other flat earthers out. Hey, Pop, there's another one. But let's know flat earthers are out, that there's other flat earthers out there around them in their area, and give them a place to, interact and send messages so we can make more flat earth babies. Dave's already got probably hundreds of messages about, hey, I just found the love of my life using your app. Thank you so much. I didn't think I'd ever find, so-and-so. Because when you think about it, once you wake up to this, the thought of dating somebody that's still living on the spinning ball, to me seems like impossible. You're just two totally different. You're like a different species of human. You're a different, whatever they call it. It's weird. So yeah, it's making, relationships. And then he added the thing where you can send a message to anybody within a certain radius and say, hey, let's have a meetup this weekend, so-and-so bar and grill in this town. Yeah, so if you don't have it, if you haven't heard about it, haven't seen it, go to Dave's channel, DITRH, or the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app channel.
Pop it like
and
it's
you
flat.
can sorry, Josh?
I said pop it like it's flat.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got videos on how to get through it, all the stuff. Yeah, it's just a great tool to have. It's a great gift. $2.99, and you could change someone's life.
For a cold Walt.
Thank you. I'm trying to get on that island with you, Dave, hard as I can. Oh.
Like so many of our shows, I like the idea of having 0 referrals on my thing. And I suppose it's possible that no one has ever signed up for that app that has heard us talk about it. Just unlikely. But that's all pre-referral days. It's not legit. Verified. What's the word they used in "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou"? The guy that his ex was dating. He's shit, I don't know. It'll come up with me. That movie's been in my brain a lot this past couple of weeks. I'm gonna have to go watch it. When somebody says we've hired 85,000 new IRS agents, and here's the training videos on teaching us how to shoot people. The first thing that popped into my brain was that scene from "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" when they go walking up to his brother's house and his little nephew comes out with the gun shooting at the road. Are you from the government? No, we're not the government. Well, I nicked a census man the other day. Well, that's a good boy.
That's a good boy. My dad told me to shoot anybody that comes here from the bank. That's good stuff.
No, but that's exactly what I thought of. There's only one reason why you feel that you might need to arm IRS agents is if people are going to... You're really going to have to, basically prove me right. That voting is a form of violence. Ultimately, voting is a violent act. And when you're arming 85,000 brand new IRS agents, it's pretty much proof positive. You give us your fucking money or else. Or else what? Oh, yeah. Remember those billions of rounds that we bought all those years ago under Obama for the IRS? What does the IRS need? That must be for somebody else. He must be building a private army. No, it was for the IRS. I just saw my memories on Facebook the other day, and there I am, way back when, blathering on about, having to take the military vehicles and all the military gear away from the police, right? Demilitarization of the police, which I think is the ultimate like message when people say defund the police. What they mean is demilitarize the police. We don't need a standing home military on our soil bossing us around. They couldn't do it with the military, so they've brainwashed the police into thinking it's their job to do it. Oh, Constitution says you can't force soldiers in there. Doesn't say anything about IRS agents. Doesn't say anything about police except for the warrant, I guess. But IRS agents, well, now that's a different story. We'll just give them guns, and we'll start to give them lots of brand new power. I don't know. There's a reason those amendments are in the order that they're in, I suppose.
You would think.
Here's a question. If you have a militia, does the militia have its own arsenal? Like, this is for military fighting, and we'll keep these guns here so that when we get the militia together, they will have guns. The answer is no. Look back through history. When you go join the militia, you grab your gun and you grab some clothes and you go meet up with the militia. You do a little bit of drilling and then off you go. Step one, grab your gun, because the militia isn't a fucking army. They don't have an armory. So everybody has to have a gun so that when it's ready to have a militia, you can grab your gun and go join the militia. So just think about that when you're reading that old Second Amendment and the right to bear arms and how they include the word militia in there. There's a reason they include the word militia, no doubt. Because if the government's corrupt, what are the chances the military's corrupt? Military's corrupt, then whose job is it to protect our rights? Whose rights? Our rights. Whose rights? Our rights.
Brian's house.
Because it's personal property. Somebody comes barging in your front door, you have a right to blast them right back through it. It's your property. You know what else is your property with which you can defend vehemently? Your rights. It's your property. You have property rights over your rights. Imagine that. Because sometimes you have to defend your rights. Don't know how I got on that subject, but that's my little rant for today.
Hey, it's good to get a Josh rant in the morning. That's better than coffee.
And we're down to about 7 minutes.
Wow, we are.
I would like to give one more big shout out to Miss Karen B.
Absolutely.
And all the work she does putting together the Flattoberfest event. Oh, man. It's going to be epic and awesome. It will be taking place October 21st through the 23rd in Greenville, South Carolina, at the Greenville Shrine Club and Event Center. The day before, the Friday, it will be across the street at Herdklotz Park. Yeah. And that's a good time. There'll be food, people cooking. We had over 100 people there last one, and that was with all the restrictions and everything. But just a good fun time. Everybody gets together and hangs out at the park. She's got the park all day rented out. We have the pavilion there and all that kind of stuff. And then the next day, man, we hit it, and it's going to be so much fun. The people that are going to be there, of course, Bob from Globebusters. I'm not sure if he's doing a presentation, but he will definitely be there. Mark Sargent will be returning again. He wasn't there last year because of the restrictions and all that stuff, but Mark will be there. That's going to be awesome. Austin Whitfit and Kai will be singing, and Austin will be doing a presentation. Benjamin Balderson's going to be there. Wonder Glove, Chief Crow, and the Flat Earth Worms. Marty Leeds will be doing a presentation. Jason Lindgren of Secrets of Saturn will be doing a presentation and doing a musical performance. Cammie and I, of course, will be doing How the World Works. That's always a lot of fun. You get to come and play with a lot of our toys, feel the gyroscope, light up bulbs in your hand. There's just going to be all kinds of neat stuff, magnets, and the children have a blast. Cammie's got some new toys for them. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. There's going to be all kinds of flat earth like vendor types there. I know James and Naj from Grounded Extracts will have a booth. Truth Smacks will have a booth there. Handmade with Love, Joel Lynn will be an exhibitor. Who else? I'm sure there'll be some more stuff going on.
You're having some audio issues, Zach. I don't know if your mic's rubbing against your beard or.
Did I think I had my finger over it. Is that better?
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
But yeah, if you haven't got your tickets, get them. It's going to be awesome. I know the hotel is filling up fast. Yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be so awesome. This will be the first one where it's out there and big, and we're getting near that tipping point, and there's no travel. People are going to be able to fly in. We had people drive from all the way across the country last year. Just amazing. There's I think it was high 20s, low 30s, the different license plates from different states that were there. Yeah, awesome time. And if you're from the East Coast, I know next year she's planning on doing it on the West Coast. So if you think it's too far to travel this year, next year it's going to be even farther. So if you're on the East Coast and you really want to get to these, come this year, because next year I'm pretty sure she's wanting to move it out west, because there's a lot of people on the West Coast that haven't been to one because, nobody's done one out there. And she's from the West Coast, and, there's just a lot of people out there. So that's where she's planning on having next year. So this will be the last one on the East Coast, at least for the next, this year and next year.
Interesting.
But yeah, can't wait. Going to be awesome.
We still need one in New Orleans. What's up, Nuka-Cola, as I'm scrolling up? Brother, good to see you. Glad you're here, friends. Missing you. Hope things are going well there. Give us a little catch-up sometime there on Skype, or hop on a call or anything, brother. Miss you. Damn.
Absolutely.
Tommy, you are not late, sir. We're just getting started.
You arrive precisely when you mean to.
A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Well, it is about that time, I guess. Let Josh go to work. This afternoon, we will be seeing you there, Campbell.
Awesome show. I can't wait.
Mike, as well, Stellium 7 channel. You guys be there. Lots of questions, I'm sure. It should be interesting. I can't wait for damn sure.
No, it's going to be good. I have to come up with a thumbnail, I reckon, huh?
I'll let you borrow one.
Sweet. All right, then, yeah, let's get the hell
Campbell,
out of here.
Oh, he's going with... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Going live with David Weiss in 1 hour. Autodidactic channel. He will be on later this evening with us. Coach, I can't wait.
He is everywhere.
And if you do have
11 hours now, Campbell, that is correct.
If you do have the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app, and you plan on watching that, a good idea would pick out some kind of exercise, any little thing.
Yes.
Just do a few of them. Every time it beeps, I do 5 squat thrusts and 5 push-ups. I feel amazing. I'll do it when I'm, just take a couple hours. And every time it pops, Every time a new flat earther's born, make yourself a little bit healthier too. So in case you ever meet him, you know, you have a better chance of meeting him in the future because you're going to live that much longer.
As the world
feels
becomes
great.
healthier with flat earthers, so must you become healthier inside as a flat earther.
Yes.
As within,
Well said,
so without.
As above, so below. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out this morning. It has been an absolute blast. Be sure you join us right back here on Tuesday morning for more Ironworks. More than likely, we'll be over there on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com, but we will definitely be here, there, and other places, maybe even on Telegram. Until then, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope to see you tonight. Autodidactic, Mike Stallion 7. Love you guys. Be good. Be well. Bye-bye.